I'm pretty excited about this. This has been years in the making, and I didn't never thought that this was really going to be a thing, because I'd never heard of anybody doing it before. But for years, I've had clients and friends that would, after I fixed them or somebody in their family that nobody else was able to fix, they'd ask me, "Can you fix my dog?" I guess just bring them, and I won't charge you for it. We'll see if we can do something for them. And in virtually every case, within very short period of time, the dog was out of pain and not limping anymore and not having any issues. The caveat is bring a dog in. If we can't help them, then there's no charge. So it's like we're completely taking, that risk away from you. You don't want to spend money on something that's not going to work. I completely get it. We love animals. We love dogs. We love cats. We love everything. But for that reason, if we can't help your pet, then there won't be any charge. So a dog is going to they're going to slow down. If they normally are very outgoing and frisky and running around and jumping and that type of thing, they'll slow down, do slower movements, just like a person does. If they typically jump up on the bed or jump up on the couch and they hesitate, probably they're doing that because the last time they did that hurt. It's almost like if you go for a run and it hurts, you're probably not going to run as fast, or you're probably not going to go for a run. You're going to go for a walk instead. Dogs do the same thing. If you pick them up and they yelp, or if you touch a hip or something and they yelp, that's a clear indication. They're telling you something's wrong. Typically what a dog does is they're impulsive, most breeds anyway, and so they could be lying down all day long and see a squirrel and take off on a full sprint. And if their hip flexor is just a little bit tight, they're a little bit dehydrated, they could pull. What happens is their hip flexors and pull their hips and spine forward, which pinches nerves in their low back, which will then cause a huge amount of pain. Anybody that's had back problems can attest to that. This is what happens if you bend wrong, twist wrong, whatever, and it's like, oh, you're like that. And that's kind of what the dog does. And so the problem then is that now you've got a neurological issue that's causing a muscular issue, which will then result in tight and contracted muscles and fascial sheath that covers the muscles and holds that muscle shape. So that now these things are kind of locked in that position. So your spine, because it's the only place in your body that requires movement for blood supply, if the spine isn't moving because it's locked down because the muscles are guarding and protecting it, then you're going to have decreased blood supply to the spine, which then causes degeneration. Now, the same thing happens in people. Is that you'll bring your dog in, we'll already have the information from your veterinarian who will fill out a form for you, saying that this is a necessary procedure. We will have kennels set up within the clinic that will probably have them have a treat or in some water and that type of thing, and we'll walk them before and after the procedure. We'll have vet techs on site to assist with all of the treatments. So because they have a real affinity for animals and they understand different breeds and all of the different nuances and how to calm down a animal that's anxious or whatever. And so we're going to rely on their expertise for a lot of this. And then we'll call the owner and say, hey, your puppy's ready, and yep, we were able to take care of this. Or, you know what, this didn't seem like it was gonna take care of this, or this may take another treatment, or two because of the length of duration of the problem. And we'll let people know how that went, and then they just come and pick the dog up. It's what we've found with dogs, because they're relatively simple. They usually have fairly good diets from the people that are really careful with their pets' diets and that type of thing. They have access to water all day long, and they're not doing stupid stuff all day long. And so those animals get responses and get better even quicker than humans do. And so many of the dogs that we've treated in the past have been good to go after one treatment. So it's not like we're asking for a lifelong commitment. What we're really trying to do is just get people's animals healthy so that they can enjoy, a long life without a lot of pain, which is what any of us want.